Well, I always say never, because it was such a massive part of our lives, and it gave like a tapestry to so many other people's lives.
And you're in Liverpool now. You're a liver bird.
I am, yes. Haven't quite got the accent, but yes, yeah. I had to move as part of the job. Lion were really amazing. They gave me sort of an opportunity to, take my time and find my feet really in Liverpool, because with the children, it was a big relocation. But I don't know if you remember, like 2 years ago when I was here, I was so poorly that day, wasn't I? And you didn't know at the time, but I'd been offered the job at that time. And I was too poorly to take the job. So I was like, sorry, I'm including everyone in the conversation because, you're here too. Just think that we're on the sofa together.
No.
So at the time, they'd offered me the job, and I couldn't do it because I was too poorly. So
with lupus.
Yeah, with lupus. So I'm diagnosed with lupus, and obviously last time I was here, it was a tough one.
Such a difficult condition that I mean, clearly it's very variable in terms of when it impacts you. When it does, it impacts pretty big.
Yeah.
Are you well at the moment?
Yes, I'm very well. Yay!
Been really good at, like you said, they offered it to you then, they've waited till now for you to be as well as you can be to get that role. You must feel like finally...
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing to have come through that journey now, to be well. I mean, I'm still... So basically, I have a 6-month infusion every 6 months, and that's keeping me well and keeping the disease at bay. But there are plenty of other people out there who are still suffering. So if you do want any further information, I know that you've kindly
We're going to put that on our website to make sure that information is there.
Thank you so much.
So, singing, acting, what's the first love?
I mean, I was an actress before I was a singer. It's just that my biggest break came in singing, so everybody knows me as a singer. But beforehand, I was acting. I was in EastEnders and The Bill and everything like that, and so I'd done all of that before. And then the opportunity to come to be in the band kind of presented itself. And so, who wasn't going to take that at 17? I was like, A-levels, band. Wasn't hard. Yeah, exactly.
And it was so massive. Did you try and make it out in America as well?
Yeah, we had really great success in America, which was amazing because at the time we were the first band to kind of do that from the UK, and had a massive success in the US as well. Well, I think at the time in the early 90s, it was really groundbreaking for a start to have a band that had, was biracial, interracial in any way, shape or form. So it was groundbreaking in that sense because it was before, the bands that came afterwards.
God, was it?
Yeah, and even at that time, it was seen as quite taboo. And we'd have so many difficulties with like magazines and things like that, publications saying, oh, we can't because you're a majority black band, so therefore you can't go on the front cover of the magazine.
Were they explicit about that?
Oh, absolutely explicit. No, there are emails and documentation to support that where they would, say the reason that we can't have you on the front cover is because of this or that. And we would challenge that and say, but why not? And they would say, well, because black people don't sell magazines.
Wow.
See the gasp? But at that time, it was like that was totally, normal. At the time, I think we were battling against so many other, factors of discrimination at that point that was just another hurdle, because for us being in the industry was in itself a big enough task because we were, a predominantly black band in an industry, female, in an industry, thank you, in an industry that, just didn't accept that type of music.
Do you think that industry's got any better, though, when you look at the music industry now?
Yes, 100%. But that's a lot of it is driven by the fact that you can self-promote now. We were in an age where there was no social media, so there wasn't anything else to drive you other than that record company and the sales. So you were very much at the hands of a record company driving your publicity and your marketing. So if they didn't support you, you didn't get that kind of
But I still think that they've got a lot of power, these record companies, and the ability to be able to make somebody big and an overnight sensation because of the money and power that they hold. And do you think, from the 90s up until now, there has been really much change in how record labels look at...
No, absolutely, there's been huge change. I mean,
do you think?
Absolutely, because when we started, for example, even to get signed was a real battle because, again, they were looking at record sales versus, whether they thought we could actually sell those records. Until we proved ourselves, that's when our budget started to change and influences started to change. But nowadays, you can go out there, put a record out, self-publicise yourself, and you'll force the record company to sign you because they have no choice because you've already created your own... you've created your own fan base for yourself and you've devised that. So now you need to come on board, whereas so the power has shifted, most definitely.
Are you still in touch with any of the other members of the band?
Yes, Lou, oh gosh, I'm so proud of her. What I texted the other day, I was like, mate, I'm loving that single. You look hot. She looks amazing. So, yes.
I mean,
that
she's
was
obviously
2 days
had
ago.
a well-documented difficult time personally recently, and she's gone on record as saying it. It's her girlfriends that have kind of taken her through that.
Absolutely. I think, you know, we had a record called Powerful Woman. There is something really empowering about having female stability in your life because it's the one thing that doesn't change.
Yeah.
You know, you can have a husband or even a partner and they don't necessarily connect with you in the same way that girlfriend will, you know, stand with you through thick and thin. So I wouldn't be here without my network of friends and family. I really wouldn't.
But you know, it's a great message for the show, so thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly, thank you very much indeed. And of course, Hollyoaks, Monday to Friday, 6:30, Channel 4.